Welcome to Mose Knows. Family, what's going on? I am Mose. We are here, episode 14, team mock draft series. We're going through all 32 teams. And today we are on the 14th team in the draft order. And that's the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to Bmore. I don't know why they pronounce words like that, but I love Baltimore people. I love the accent. But we're going down to Baltimore. We're going to Bmore. And we're going to do a mock draft for the Ravens. I'm not going to waste none of y'all time. We're going to jump right in. There's not much that happened for this team during the offseason. I feel like the only thing that really happened with them was they were going to bring back Zadarius Smith. And then at the last minute, he pulled out of the deal and didn't want to go back. Other than that, not really too many moves being done. This team, this Baltimore Raven as an organization is a class act, a good roster from top to bottom. Oh, I forgot Marcus Williams. They did sign Marcus Williams from the Saints. So that was another big one. But again, relatively quiet for this Baltimore Ravens team. So we're going to select the Ravens. Next. Baltimore Ravens. Next. Okay. They don't want me to do a mock draft. Hold on. I don't know what's going on here. Let's do this again. Ravens. Next. Okay, there we go. That is the desired result. 7 rounds. And we want fastest. We don't care about what anybody's doing. Apparently, the draft engine care about what I'm doing and don't want to let me be great. Why are you trying to embarrass me in front of my friends? Dang, man. Let's take a look at our needs. Interior defensive line. Yeah, we could go there. I mean, we got Michael Pierce, but I think we need to find somebody young to groom. Edge rusher. Maybe. Corner. Maybe. Interior O-line. For sure. Tackle. No. Maybe. Wide receiver. Yeah. A lot of these are maybes. And a lot of these guys are going to be depth pieces, to be perfectly honest with you. I honestly, I want to go Jordan Davis here. I really do want to go Jordan Davis. He can play in multiple schemes, but we would be most effective in a 4-3. Even with his size at 6'6", 341, which they have him listed here, I don't think he's your traditional nose tackle. And I think putting him in that position diminishes what he's able to do as a defensive tackle. So I think the Draft Network is correct. He's better suited in a 4-3 scheme. And he's just going to be such a monster in that scheme. Same thing with Devontae Wyatt. He's also better suited for a 4-3 3 technique. So while they have interior defensive line as the first need, I don't think we'll need to take that right here with who's on the board at this spot. Ooh. I honestly feel like right now, this is a trade back spot. I don't do trades in my mock drafts, especially in this 32 team mock draft series, just because it gets convoluted. It's a lot, and then trying to find a trade partner, especially if one doesn't pop up, it's too much. So for me, this would be an ideal place for the Ravens to trade back, maybe acquire a few more picks, and still get the guy that they want. But since we're not doing trades, I'm going to take this guy here because I think he offers an immediate upgrade right away for our offensive line. Again, this is a team that doesn't need much. We've got Lamar Jackson. All we got to do now is sign him to a long-term deal. J.K. Dobbins is coming back from injury. So is Gus Edwards. Wide receivers, we got Marquise Brown, Rashad Bateman, Devin Duvernay, James Prochet, Tylan Wallace, Miles. But like, we have guys. The young guys need to step up. Mark Andrews stepped up last year, one of the best tight ends in the league, easily top 5. Ronnie Stanley, Morgan Moses, Kevin Zeiler on the offensive line. I think we need to bolster that interior at the center and left guard position. And I think, again, this is a prime trade back spot for the Ravens. I think they should trade back, acquire some more draft capital, and get Tyler Linderbaum. But I'm going to take him here at 14 because I think he's that valuable as an offensive line prospect. He can play guard, but I think you plug him right in, and he's your starting center from day one. And this Ravens team continues to move forward and continues to cause havoc up front in the trenches. So I'm going to go Tyler Linderbaum here at 14. Ravens are back on the clock at pick 45. Okay, so let's see. We're still on best available. Ooh, we can get a linebacker like Quay Walker. Or Christian Harris. I mean, I think you could put Quay Walker or Christian Harris next to Patrick Queen, and you got something special. I don't think you go back-to-back offensive line. DeMarvin Neal is not a nose tackle, so he won't be good in this 3-4. Unless you play him as a right or left defensive end in a 3-4 and you let him battle with a Broderick Washington and a Justin Matabuke. Let's see. Could go corner with a guy like Roger McCreary.
It's too late.
No edge rushers this high. Yeah, after Ubiquity at Penn State, it's a little bit of a drop off. Again, I feel like Logan Hall is more of a defensive tackle than he is an edge rusher. I don't want to look at wide receiver at this point, although Mechie being on the board still is something that I would definitely look at. Safety. I mean, we got vets. We got Chuck Clark, Geno Stone, and Tony Jefferson. Just signed Marcus Williams. I don't think we'll spend this high a draft capital on a safety. They got him as a will and a 4-3 multiple front. But I wonder, would that translate to being a left inside linebacker in a 3-4? I feel like it might be easier for somebody like Christian Harris to transition into that as opposed to Quay Walker. But I mean, don't sleep on Quay. Quay would be an excellent pick here. For me, it's between Quay and Christian. If I'm going based off of preference and what I like, and since I am the GM, me personally, I would go Christian Harris. That's what I would do. I would go Christian Harris over Quay Walker and put Christian Harris next to Patrick Queen and let them two wreak havoc. Yeah, I like that. If I'm going on my preference as a GM, I'm going Christian Harris, putting him next to Patrick Queen on the inside and let them two go crazy. Now, I do want to address the interior defensive line. I think we got our guy. This is our one technique nose tackle in that 3-4 scheme. Travis Jones out of UConn. Bring him to Baltimore. Now we looking good. Be patient, wait, and we got our guy. Travis Jones out of UConn. All right, so we're on the clock here at 100, and we're on the clock again at 110.
It's too late.
Let's take a look at edge. I'm gonna come back to that. Let's take a look at wide out. I feel like it's gonna be hard for a young guy to bust through this roster. We know what Marquise Brown is. We know where we drafted Bateman, and we know what we're getting out of Duvernay, Prochet, Tylen Wallace, and Miles Boykin. Like, we 6 deep, and then still got Benjamin Victor and Jalen Moore behind them. So we 8 deep at wide out. If we get one, it wouldn't be here. We can take a look at safety now. But again, I think we're solid. We have veteran experience back there. Corner, if you want some insurance just because of the injuries last year. I think for their scheme, I'm gonna go Martin Emerson at 100. And then at 110, I'm gonna go D'Angelo Malone as our 3-4 outside linebacker and our edge rusher there. And we're back on the clock at 119. And then after that at 128, ooh, the Ravens can do a lot of damage here. They can get an Alec Lindstrom for the interior. We already got our center, but you could put Alec Lindstrom at left guard over Tyree Phillips. Ooh. If you wanted a wide receiver, you could go somebody like Alex Pierce, who gives you a different dynamic. He gives you that big body wide receiver that can go get it. I know they like the bigger guys, so they can go Justin Schaefer from Georgia. Here at 119. Rotational 3 and 5 technique at 6'3.5", 300 pounds. Maybe he can be depth. Matthew Butler can be depth for us at our left or right defensive end in that 3-4 scheme. That's always an option. Yeah, I think that's an option. Bringing a guy like Travis Jones and then bringing a guy like Matthew Butler. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I almost took Kyron Williams. We don't need a running back. And then at 128. Now we can go guard Justin Schaefer from Georgia. He can battle with Tyree Phillips and Ben Powers. Ooh, 139 and 141. Man, I was saying the Ravens needed to trade back early when I took Tyler Linderbaum. But maybe they don't need to trade back. I mean, they could always trade back and acquire more picks. You know, nothing wrong with having more picks, but I'm only in the 4th round. I've already selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys, and I still have 2 more picks at 139 and 141. So I'll have 9 guys selected at this point in the 4th round. So trading back from 14 might be unnecessary, because even with the guys that we took, are 9 rookies going to make this team? Maybe Linderbaum, Harris, Jones for sure. D'Angelo, more than likely. Emerson, there's a definite possibility there. But are 9 guys going to make this roster? I mean, some guys you're going to have to put on the practice squad just because this team has depth. So I don't know if I trade back from 14 if I'm the Ravens. And with all of these picks, I do have the luxury to take Tyler Linderbaum at 14 because I have so many through the second, third, and fourth rounds. Ravens are in a really good spot. And this is why Baltimore as an organization is just such a great organization. They have so many pieces now, but then they have so much draft capital to continue to add to the pieces that they have, to the depth that they're building. That's amazing. Okay. Let's keep it moving. So let me just double check and take a look. So we got 2 defensive line guys. One is going to be interior. One is going to be on the outside in our 3-4. We've got our edge depth in D'Angelo Malone. Got our corner depth. Got our guard depth. Got our starting center. Got a starting linebacker to go next to Patrick Queen. All right. 2 on the line. 2 on the line. 1 edge. 1 corner, 1 linebacker. Safety, tight end, running back, wide receiver. Let's take a look at tight ends for... Oh, no. It might be too early to take him, but... But even if I don't take Watermeyer, I could take Garrett Prince. Traditional Y, H-back or flex tight end, versatile. I could take Garrett Prince and he'd be behind Mark Andrews. Now we got a 2 tight end system going crazy. Always got a security blanket for Lamar Jackson. I like Jalen Watermeyer, but I'm going to go Garrett Prince. We could go tackle for depth. I like Braxton Jones from Southern Utah or Max Mitchell from Louisiana. Also, Dari Rosenthal, Kellen Deesh, Zach Tom, Obina Eze. Guys we can get later. J.K. Gus, Justice Hill, Tyson Williams. Do we want to go running back for depth? I like Rashad White, Jerome Ford. I like a lot of these guys. McCormick, Haskins, Zaquandre. A lot of good names in the running back pool, but I feel like we'll add a wide receiver before we add a running back. But then again, we got 2 running backs coming off an injury, and then when they went down, it was musical chairs after that. Can always draft one, stash him on the practice squad, but you run the risk of him being snagged. But I'll go Rashad White here. All these picks, we got a luxury to take one. Come on now. Moving right along. Yeah, man. Baltimore has a wealth of picks. Back on the clock here, round 6 at 196. Already got 9 guys. We are going for our 10th. Okay, let's take a look at offensive tackle. Vidarian Lowe, Andrew Stuber, cool. Take a look at wideout. We got Marquise, but I don't think we have this type of speed. I'm gonna go Tyquan Thornton. We don't have that type of speed available. We got Marquise. He's our number one. I feel like coverage is going to be shaded his way. He's going to get doubled. And I think Tyquan can come in and battle with some of these guys on the back end. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, especially for a late round wide receiver to come in and just make that huge leap. But they don't have that type of speed outside of Marquise Brown. So it's just another weapon for this team to have. Again, 10 picks total. Starting in the first round, pick 14, we take Tyler Linderbaum, interior offensive lineman from Iowa. Round 2, pick 45, we take linebacker Christian Harris from Alabama. Round 3, pick 76, we take nose tackle Travis Jones from UConn. At pick 100, we take cornerback Martin Emerson from Mississippi State. At pick 110, we take edge rusher D'Angelo Malone from Western Kentucky. At pick 119, we take defensive lineman Matthew Butler from Tennessee. At 128, we take guard Justin Schaefer from Georgia. At 139, we take tight end Garrett Prince from UAB. At 141, we take running back Rashad White from Arizona State. And at 196, we take wide receiver Tyquan Thornton from Baylor. That is going to wrap it up for the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens fans, let me know how I did. Let me know if there's anything that you would do differently. Let me know, would you trade back from 14 and acquire more picks? Do you think that maybe you can take some of those later picks and trade up? I feel like you could. I feel like with the way this roster is constructed, it's really going to be hard for 10 rookies to make this roster. So maybe you take 100 and 119 or 110 and 119 or 110 and 128. You package some of those late round picks to move up to maybe get more quality guys. I think that's a more viable option than taking 14 and moving down. But they could always take 14, move down a little bit, acquire some draft capital, but then take that draft capital that they just got and then take some other picks and move up. So the Ravens are in a really, really good spot. They have a great roster that constructed as it is. And now they have 10 picks in this draft where they can move up and down the draft board as they see fit. That's what you want. You want to have the draft capital. You want to be able to do what it is that you want to do. You don't want to be limited by not having the cap space, not having the draft capital, being slave to drafting because of need, because of necessity, and not best player available to really get really, really good guys on your team. So Baltimore is in a really, really good position. So I'm happy about that for Raven fans, and I'm sure you guys are too. Sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking about what the Ravens will do in this draft, what you want your team to do in this draft. I love interacting with you guys. It's always a great time reading those comments and going back and forth with you guys. And it makes me a better content creator. It makes me open my eyes to look for different things with these different teams as I'm watching them go through the offseason, as I'm watching them go through the draft, and as I watch them during the season. So keep it up, man. It helps me. I really appreciate it. If this is your first time here at Mose Knows, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate your time and attention. Before you head on out of here, do a few things for me and enjoy the rest of your day. 1, hit that thumbs up button. I'll appreciate it. You'll appreciate it. It helps everybody. 2, hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the Mose Knows fam. Once you fam, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. After you hit that subscribe button, take another 2 seconds, hit that bell icon so that you get notified every time new content drops right here at Mose Knows. I love you, I appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in episode 15. Y'all be easy.